What up, ladies and gentlemen? Joe Passarelli here. Breaking news in the world of professional wrestling, as TMZ.com has reported this evening that the future for TNA, folks, on Spike TV ain't looking bright. That Spike TV will not be renewing TNA's contract when their contract expires after October, which could signify a very sad yet historic moment in the world of professional wrestling, the end of one of the few major companies, the only major company in the United States not named WWE, and I am a Ring of Honor fan, but TNA been around for over a decade and been on television for 7 years, and really a company that has left their mark. And many would say their peak was 2009. I was actually watching a match with Mick Foley and Sting last night from their 2009 pay-per-view, where Foley actually won the title against Sting. Wasn't a great match by any means, but you could tell the vibe was there then with TNA. The announcers cared, the crowd cared. You can tell, like, even though this was two real older wrestlers, not in their prime, two legends, two Hall of Famers, they still came through in that environment with their limited assets they still had left. And Foley still put on a good performance. 2009, one of his last matches, really, before he had to retire from the world of wrestling. But very sad day, and ladies and gentlemen, you can thank one person, and that is very ironic that this news is broke this week, as this may be the fault of one Vince Russo. The man who many attribute was one of the biggest reasons of the downfall of WCW. Yeah, contributed to the Attitude Era and the creative aspect, but went to WCW and certainly was playing on a sinking ship, but did nothing to help the cause. And apparently, Wrestle One, which is Great Muda's promotion, which is the promotion that they're going to be working with for their pay-per-view coming up, they didn't want anything to do with TNA if Vince Russo was still working for them, with accusations that Russo was racist and really didn't treat the Japanese professional wrestlers with any respect. So, very sad moment in the world of professional wrestling, and you can thank that freaking scumbag, freaking Vince Russo, a man who I did watch his programming, a lot of his programming throughout my time watching wrestling, and some of it has been good, but some of it has been god-awful, and obviously TNA did not want it known that this man was still working for them, and when it was broke, friggin' Vince Russo blames the guy on the guy from PWI on Twitter, and then says a swerve and tries to lie about it until finally admitting and saying that, oh, my employer at TNA didn't want me saying it's public. Well, duh! They're about to have a TV contract. They got this deal with Wrestle One for their big pay-per-view. You may have just ruined it all, Vince Russo. Congratulations. I mean, obviously, TNA, why are you still employing this guy? You're trying to move in a different direction, and the sad part is, I thought TNA had been improving, but maybe it had been improving with the help of Vince Russo. Who knows what Vince Russo has been doing? Apparently he's been giving notes to Michael Cole and Taz, according to the story that the gentleman from PWI Insider, Mike Bell, I believe his name is, who got to this dude's Twitter beef with Vince Russo and essentially said, hey, Russo, I got the email, I got the proof, called Russo out on his bullshit, which needs to be done. We all need to be called out on our bullshit from time to time, and Vince Russo needed, but this bullshit made it cost TNA big time, and in more ways than one, and it looks like they're not going to get picked up by Spike TV after really pouring their hearts out in these New York tapings, bringing in Matt Hardy and Tommy Dreamer and a lot of these different guys, and the vibe there in New York. I've seen a few of the tapings on television. They're good, and I really thought TNA, they were swinging for the fences, and they were trying to get back in the right frame of mind, brought back the six-sided ring, too little too late. Obviously now, unbelievable. TNA canceled, and Vince Russo to blame. I was actually, ironically, listening to an interview from the Solomonster on the TV Tracks page, and Solomonster was talking about the original story before this news broke about TNA not getting picked up by Spike, was talking about how Vince Russo was caught in the lie, and the whole Twitter situation with the gentleman from PWI, and just his thoughts on Vince Russo and how he handled it. And ironically, he didn't mention, how this could affect the future of Spike and TNA, but he was saying, like, obviously TNA didn't want it to get out, but stupid TNA, stupid Vince Russo. Unbelievable. Folks, what do you think? It's Joe Passarelli here. Big shout out to my co-host on one of my newest ventures coming this week, Wrestling Throwdown. Gonna be coming to YouTube via podcast, and of course we got the Wrestling Discussion Group going, Wrestling Throwdown, over on Facebook. You can check us out over there. Haley Imes, big shout out, big Seth Rollins fan. But check it out, folks. It's going to be fun. But this is the Joe Passarelli Show. Subscribe. Joe Passarelli. You know consistent videos coming from this channel. And unbelievable news, folks. Vince Russo. Boy, did he put his foot in his mouth this time. And his arrangement with TNA. Stupid, dumb. Your future's on the line. You're doing everything possible to try to preserve your future. And you let Vince Russo come in. Why they just couldn't move on from this guy? I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm not the biggest Vince Russo hater. I'm not Jim Cornette by any stretch of the imagination. I appreciate some of the stuff Vinny Russo does. But I do believe Vince Russo was responsible for Owen Hart's death. I do believe Vince Russo did a lot of bad things for wrestling and did some good things for TNA in his run there. He's contributed to that company for the better part of their existence, on and off. But honestly, the loyalty there did TNA no justice, as TNA is now locked down and locked out of possibly Spike TV carrying their Impact shows. Folks, what do you think? Joe Passarelli could be a historic stretch in professional wrestling. Could see the end of TNA. Subscribe.